Hi, I'm Conneaut YouTube television volunteer Martha Sorahan, bringing you Conneaut's hometown happenings for the week starting June 18th, 2026. The Ashtabula County Soapbox Derby returns to Conneaut on Saturday, June 20th, which means that parts of Broad Street from Jackson south to State Street will close starting noon Friday, June 19th, when the young drivers will bring their cars to Conneaut for practice runs down Broad Street Hill. All drivers of the motorless wooden vehicles in stock, super stock, and masters divisions will set off from the starting line in front of the American Legion, but losing one race doesn't disqualify anyone since it is a double elimination contest. Racing starts at 9 a.m. June 20th, and the public is invited to bring blankets and lawn chairs and watch from the hillside. Broad Street should reopen around 5 p.m. Saturday. An awards dinner is held after the race. The winners in the three divisions will go to the International Soapbox Derby in Akron in late July. About 400 cyclists made their way across the finish line at Township Park on Sunday, June 14th, as part of the 41st annual, that is, MS 150 Escape to the Lake fundraising two-day bike ride that started on Saturday from western Pennsylvania. They outpaced the severe weather that hit the county later in the afternoon. They all enjoyed free food and a party-like atmosphere at the lower pavilion as they crossed the finish line. They all received medals from the Conneaut Tourism Board. Speaking of Sunday afternoon storms, those high winds damaged the Firehouse Winery's popular lakefront Ferris wheel in Geneva-on-the-Lake. The Ferris wheel had shut down about 20 minutes before the storm hit. No word on whether it will be rebuilt. A Conneaut woman, Yelena Andrews, pleaded not guilty to federal wire fraud charges on June 12th during an arraignment in Erie, Pennsylvania. She is charged with defrauding an Erie law firm while working there as a paralegal. She was accused of creating and printing checks using the firm's bank account, making them payable to herself for a total of $462,000. City Council's June 8th meeting included a proclamation for Southridge Baptist Church, which is celebrating 200 years and will be having special services this coming weekend. The congregation began in 1826 with just 8 people and eventually built a church that became a stop on the Underground Railroad. Southridge pastor of 60 years, Dr. Roger Hogle, thanked the city for its support and said that his congregation continues to pray for the city and its leadership. City Manager Nick Sanford is enjoying a pay raise, which went into effect on June 15th after it was approved by City Council on June 8th. Part of the raise, 2%, was a basic cost of living given to all city employees. Another slight boost, 1.5%, required council's approval, and it was a way of saying thanks for a job well done. Mr. Sanford is just starting his 3rd year on the job. In his report to council that night, Mr. Sanford said the city has hired 2 new full-time firefighters, Joe Rakoski and Jaden Trammell, to bring the roster up to full speed. The city will observe Juneteenth on June 19th, and offices will be closed, as will federal and state offices, as well as county. City Council's next meeting is 6 p.m. Monday, June 22nd, in council chambers. All kids 18 and under are eligible for the free lunch program, which begins June 22nd at the Conneaut Human Resources Center at 327 Mill Street from 11 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. Parents may pick up grab-and-go lunches for their children this year. Kids no longer have to come in person to get the free meals. All kids in Ohio, 18 and under, are eligible. In school news, Conneaut's summer recess program, which is run jointly by the school district and the city rec department, will begin Monday, June 29th at Lakeshore Primary School for kids entering 3rd through 8th grades. It runs weekday mornings, 8:30 a.m., with free lunch served from 11:30 a.m. until noon as part of that free lunch program for all Ohioans 18 and under. Registration is requested for the free summer recess program. It runs through late July. Conneaut High School is offering volleyball skills camp 9 to 11 a.m. July 6th to 9th for students entering 4th to 7th grade. The cost is $25. That same week, the 20th annual tennis camp returns to the Spark tennis courts at Route 20 and Stadium Avenue for kids entering 3rd through 6th grades. This is run by the City Rec Department and staffed by current and former Conneaut School District tennis coaches and players. The camp takes place from 10 a.m. to noon, weather permitting. Check the Rec Department's Facebook page for complete details. Conneaut Lions Club 2026 Safety Town wraps up at the end of the week. For the kids, all of them entering kindergarten, they have learned about water safety, school bus safety, traffic safety, and more with a trip to the fire station and a ride on a school bus. Safety Town graduation will be held Saturday morning, June 20th at Lakeshore Primary School. In county news, Ashtabula Township is the first in the county to pass a one-year moratorium on data centers, which it did on June 10th. The trustees say it will give them time to study the situation. They also said they were urged to do so by a group in Lake County. Ashtabula Township has not received any data center proposals. And the Crow's Nest at Route 531 and 11 is back in business. It was closed for about 2 months after a car failed to stop at the intersection, crashed through a guardrail, hit a tree, flipped, and ended up on the restaurant roof, damaging that roof and a walk-in freezer. There was also smoke damage. The driver was killed in that April accident. A soft reopening at the Crow's Nest was held June 4th, but the grand opening on June 13th drew between 700 and 800 people, which is double the average weekend count at the restaurant. The Hubbard House Underground Railroad on Walnut Boulevard in Ashtabula hosted special tours on June 14th to mark the National Juneteenth holiday, marking the end of slavery in the U.S. on June 19, 1865. The Hubbard House will host a Juneteenth event at noon Friday, June 19th. There will be a proclamation read, and then the group will walk to the Greater Miracle Temple Church of God in Christ for a program. In Jefferson on that same day, resident Roy Lawson will portray longtime Jefferson resident and former slave Charlie Garlick, a familiar name to those who know the Underground Railroad history in Ashtabula County. These are evening activities, and they will be moderated by former State Representative John Patterson at the First UCC Church. In library news, summer reading, where every page is magic, is underway at Conneaut Public Library through July 24th. Kids who read at least 20 hours will be eligible for prizes. And on June 27th, the library will host this month's second bike helmet giveaway and story time for ages 5 to 15 at 10 a.m. at Malik Park, 65 Parish Road. The library will host a Frankentoys creating party for teens, 3 p.m. June 18th. And Conneaut Public Library invites all ages to sign up to enter its bookmark design contest. Winning bookmarks will be determined by public vote in early August. Winning artists will receive $25 gift cards. Kingsville Public Library will host a summer reading kickoff party from 8 to 9 p.m. Saturday, June 20th. It is being held in the evening for a reason. It will be immediately followed by a movie in the park, Disney's Dinosaur, at 9 p.m. It runs about 90 minutes. Kona Ice will be on site. All ages are welcome. Bring a blanket or lawn chair for the movie. The library will host books and beverages from 1 to 2 p.m. Wednesdays through July 29th at All Things Coffee, 3075 Creek Road, for kids in 6th to 12th grade. The Conneaut Arts Center is wrapping up week 1 of its summer arts camp with the final week 2 starting Monday, June 22nd. Each week explores all facets of the arts and is for kids entering kindergarten through 6th grade. Each week ends with a talent show. Call the Conneaut Arts Center to participate. The Conneaut Arts Center also continues its Art in the Park from 10 a.m. to noon Thursdays at Township Park's Lower Pavilion. This is a free craft program for everybody. The craft on June 25th is paper tube fish, and July 2nd, a giant scribble art. Everyone is welcome. Conneaut Art Center is also on the road, taking free art projects to area farmers markets. The first one was the Orwell Farmers Market, the evening of June 17th. Check its Facebook page for the next stop. Conneaut Art Center's Collage Club for ages 16 and up with Wendy Plater is 6 to 7:30 p.m. Friday, June 26th at the Art Center. Supplies are provided. The Conneaut Art Center is calling for artists to enter its Lake Erie Monster Festival Art Contest. All you have to do is create a version of what you think a Lake Erie monster looks like. Artwork will be displayed in July in advance of the Monster Festival, which will be held August 1st. The entry deadline for that artwork is June 30th. Vendor applications are also available for that festival. Check out all the details on the Conneaut Art Center Facebook page. Finally, pre-ballet for young dancers begins Wednesday, June 24th from 5 to 5:30 p.m. And Ballet 1 for children entering 1st and 2nd grades is 5:30 to 6:15 p.m. These are held Wednesdays, June 24th through July 15th. The teacher is Aurelia Huya. Sign-up information is on the Facebook page. And Conneaut High School Choral Music and Drama Director Austin Blair is teaching voice and piano lessons this summer at the Conneaut Arts Center. Call the Arts Center to register. In other events, a benefit dinner to help the family of Henry and Mary Miller with medical expenses will be held at Daniel Miller's home, 7237 Hammond Corners Road in Pierpont, from 4 to 8 p.m. Friday, June 26th, with grilled chicken, baked beans, salad, pies, ice cream, and drinks. There will also be a Chinese auction. The dinner is donation only. The Ashtabula Arts Center 2026 Outdoor Straw Hat Theater season is open with Mean Girls on the outdoor stage, 7:30 p.m. June 19th, 20th, 21st, 26th, 27th, and 28th. Check its website for details. Good Shepherd Lutheran Church at Grove Street and Lake Road continues distributing free bag lunches Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. under the West Portico. Bingo continues Tuesdays at the Conneaut Human Resources Center on Mill Street. The Lighthouse Cruisers weekly cruise-ins are 5 to 8 p.m. Thursdays at Township Park through September. And this brings us to this week's last but not least. Here's good news from Joanna Bucci, who oversees the Beach Toys Library at Township Park. Her last check showed it was overflowing with donations. According to her Facebook page, she thanks everyone who donated toys. Kids are supposed to return the toys after their visit to the beach, but that doesn't always happen, so donations of beach toys are always welcome. That's it this week from Ohio's Sharpest Corner. Until next week, this is Martha Sorahan, volunteer, saying so long.